Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the Good Guys podcast this morning. We're talking week 3 in the NFL, and we're going to be making week 4 picks. We got some special guests that's going to be coming up in here also as well while we're talking, you know, week 3 and week 4. So let's get into it. So week 3 was very interesting with the slew of games that we had. And also with the picks that we had that Will and myself made, we actually agreed on the Thursday picks that happened Thursday that the Seattle game where I picked Seattle to win it 24-23, and then Will picked Seattle also 27-20. So, you know, that was that was a good game. I like the fact that Arizona came back and basically tied the game up, but it was just that last second field goal that basically ended that for them. So, it was a good game all around and everything. So I definitely enjoyed it. This week starts the first overseas game, which is the game in Dublin. And it's going to be the Vikings and the Steelers. And if you look at the way that the Steelers has been playing, and then the way that the Vikings been playing, it makes you wonder to say what kind of game this is going to be, um, and everything else. We're going to be getting into a lot of the week 3 stuff. We're going to be getting into the fact that my team, the Washington Commanders, is going to be without Jaden Daniels. We're going to be without Terry McLaurin. We're going to be without John Bates. We're going to be without Noah Brown. So, we're going into Atlanta, and it's going to be interesting. But let's get into it. Let's get into the week 3 games that happened. The first one that I want to get into is the Dallas game. You got you had Dallas and Chicago doing their thing. And it was a good game. It was a real good game. And then next thing you know, I guess the bottom dropped out once CD Lamb um got hurt. And once CD Lamb got hurt, that basically hurt a lot of the game for Dallas. Dallas was in it for a while. Dallas basically, they was moving the ball, and then Chicago just basically put their foot down and said no. So it's gonna be interesting. Week 4. It's gonna be interesting week 4. When they go up against Green Bay. I do believe I have a couple of live guests on here. Like y'all to introduce yourselves.
Am I on? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're on. You're definitely
Yeah,
on.
Dallas in the house. Dallas. Dallas Cowboys in the house. Yeah.
as y'all can tell, we have a Dallas Cowboy heart fan up in here, and I'm glad that the Cowboys fans is in here because I want to talk about their game today. Their game, especially.
Tomorrow we gonna be kicking butt.
Okay, so let's get into that, and I'm glad that you brought it up. So tomorrow, with the fact that y'all got to face a tough Green Bay team on national TV, how do you think your team is going to, man, how your team is going to come out, and also how hard do you think that they're going to play uh, Green Bay?
Well, that's a good question. With two of our good players down, it's gonna be tough. I don't know what they got planned. Whatever changes they're gonna do to the plays, the offensive line, if they're gonna block for Dak, Lord knows, Jesus, it's not gonna be pretty. But I just hope we pull through it. That's all I'm saying.
I hope so too. If Green Bay played the same way that they played against Cleveland, and which to me was a shocker because I thought that they was going to, smash Cleveland, and they didn't. It turned out that defense handled Green Bay. Dallas might could pull it out if they got a better game plan than what they have, even with the fact CD Lamb is going to be out.
That's true. I agree
So
with you.
yeah, yeah, and because I know Dallas got a good running game, Dak and them, it's the defensive side of the ball that I'm worrying about when it comes to Dallas. And that
Oh my
defensive
God,
side of
they
the
looked
ball,
so bad last week. I thought I was gonna jump through the TV set. It was the
yeah, and
it just drove me insane. I couldn't take it.
I
Oh,
bet because I know a lot of Dallas fans was like, man, we should have had this game, especially against a Chicago team to me that is still feeling themselves. They're still trying to figure out the offense. They're still trying to figure out how to put their people in the right locations on defense and everything else. And to me, Caleb Williams, and I keep saying it, and I'm gonna continue to say it, he has a lot to prove to me right now. To me, he's gonna be a bust.
yeah,
I'm
I
just
agree.
I'm
Well,
just saying.
your other surprise guest is your defeated Raider fan from your 2 weeks ago game. Hey,
Uh,
good morning, podcasters.
Hey, yeah, good to have both of y'all on here as special guests, and hopefully we can do this weekly. And then I like the fact that having y'all on here, y'all can diversify the picks more because my buddy that's normally on here, he's right now 11-20. He don't know how to pick, and I'm 24. I'm 24-9. So I always tell him you need to pick not with your heart but just pick because like last week I picked Dallas and Dallas just totally let me down. So I told him, I say if I would have picked with my heart, I would probably say, oh, Chicago, but no, I pick on what I look at. And I'm glad that we got the Raiders fans on here because Carlos, how do you feel about your team playing against the Bears on Sunday at 4:25 national televised? They showed a lot of promises in DC until we decided to put that foot down, and the defense stepped up. So,
Well,
do you think they're going to rebound from that or not?
Mike, I come from a whole different perspective on the football game, but I'm gonna say this for just for this game. This game is going to be highlighted on Pete Carroll, the coaching staff versus Caleb Williams and the Chicago coaching staff, the youth versus the experienced coaching staff, and how their games plans are going to kind of like really gel. A lot of the teams, we're getting that exposure because of the younger players, but we have a young secondary. And as long as you keep replacing players, trying to figure out the first 4 games till you get guys that you really can count on that you know come to play, the momentum is going to be the key. Right now, the Bears are riding high because of their victory last week. They played a good sound game, which really shocked everybody. But then you got to also throw in here among the games the gambling aspect of it. You got to watch the numbers, watch the focus on certain players, who gets what call at what crucial time of the game. But hopefully we can rebound because our division is the old division like the Detroit Lions, the Bears, the Vikings, the Midwest with Green Bay. That those two divisions were always competitive. So hopefully we can pull this one out. This all depends on how we play.
Y'all look good last week though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
we
yeah.
we're not there
But
yet.
somehow they just fizzled out. I don't know what the hell happened.
We'll see.
They
Travel.
they fizzled they fizzled out because that defense got to Geno Smith. But I think that they can. I do believe that the Raiders can rebound, and especially with them being at home, and they're playing a Chicago team, as you said, Carlos, is coming off of an emotional high of a win because of what a lot of people have been saying about Caleb Williams
Yeah.
and about basically the Ben Johnson offense. To me, and I say it, and everybody that be listening and that knows, I'm the one that's going to come out and say, hey, I'm gonna give you till probably about week 8 because right now I say the first 4 weeks is like preseason since none of the starters played in preseason and everything. And so I'm
Right.
gonna see how you're gonna do after this particular first quarter of the season. When you get into that second quarter where it counts, where you see the offenses, you see the defenses, you see the special teams, and you know what to expect then. But for right now, I'm giving Chicago is teetering on that edge of saying, yeah, y'all could do something, or nah, y'all are who we know y'all are. So, so, and that's just how it is.
Yep. Right.
Um, yeah,
Coaching staff, coaching staffs make a big difference on a team. And you got a lot of these teams that are just getting together this season.
A lot of them got new coaches too.
Yeah, the whole staffs are new. You got to get acclimated with each other. You got to know each other's personality. Being on the practice field is one thing, but come game time, man, you didn't communicate with me during the week on this, or I got an injury that's been nagging at me and I can't go 100%. So you have a lot of factors
Then you
there,
got all these injuries.
and
These
then it
guys
all
are getting
depends on
broke up.
who you're playing. If your momentum and you're not up for that game against this particular team, whoever it may be, becomes a problem. Right now, this week for us, it's the Raider history, Raider Nation versus the Bears, and they're gonna trip back to the '80s with refrigerator. For those younger folks that don't know, the Bears were one of the teams that were hard to beat defensively,
Yeah, they were.
but they have never gotten back to the Walter Payton refrigerator era.
right.
So this makes this a 50-50 game, and I'm gonna throw in there the point spread.
Oh yeah.
So that plays a key.
Yeah, that does. That does. Another another game that I'm sure that we all watched that basically surprised me was the Baltimore Detroit game. I
Oh man.
I I knew it was going to be a battle, and my Ravens fan, he's not on here, but
Uh,
he should be calling in. But I felt like the Raiders, the Ravens got exposed, and the thing is, the way to beat the Ravens, run it down their throats, and I think that's what happened, and that's something that they wasn't expecting. And I actually said to a lot of these, I picked Detroit because I was like, Detroit is going to go into Baltimore, and they're going to beat Baltimore because Baltimore can't handle the firepower that they have. What was your assessment on it, and how did y'all feel that the game turned? Is there something that you see that I didn't that say, "Hey, Detroit should have lost," or is it something that Mike, you right? Detroit went in and did what they did,
I'ma say this. Brady was calling the last Dallas game, right?
right?
And he spoke out in his little commentary, which pissed the out of me. He said, what they need to do is charge Dak. And I said, what the hell is he talking about?
That becomes another
No,
aspect
no,
of the
no. I'm
football
getting
game.
it. I'm
Another
getting there.
discussion on
And when he said that, that's when the other team started charging at the quarterback, right? And they couldn't get nothing done. And so that's what I noticed in this Raven game. The same thing happened. They started charging the quarterback, and then it was all over. They couldn't do nothing. So I said, oh, see, he done snapped out there and went on and told everybody what they need to do with these things. And that's what's happening. It's terrible.
well, the other thing, Mike, you and I have talked about in the past few seasons for the other podcasts is we try to analyze each player's position in the league. And right now, Lamar, everybody knows he is the player of the Ravens. He is their guy.
Yep.
With Henry, for whatever reason, fumbling near the end of certain, close games, you don't know why these particular things happen. But I think the Ravens need to take a different offense approach. Um, with the Lamar and him their running game and their versatility in the passing game. Because whoever's calling the plays, those certain plays just don't work against a certain type of defense setup. So there are times when Lamar runs when he really shouldn't be running.
Mm-hmm.
But you go back to your offensive line, which we pay close attention to. Some of these guys just ain't blocking. They just going through the formality and allowing the play to become a freelance play as opposed to a play that's designed to work. And a few games you can see when they keep showing replays how the Ravens offensive line was in position or the guy just missed the block and the ball would step up or step aside and then he would just run instead of really hitting that off receiver like you see some of the better quarterbacks do. You got to know where all your receivers and running backs are
Mm-hmm.
when you're getting ready to pass the ball, not just run because you have that ability. But it was a
Right.
game
Yeah.
that seesawed back and forth. So
Yeah, but once they started charging Lamar, it was over. Game was over.
rush.
They was rushing him like crazy. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
That comes back to your offensive line. The guys just kind of like,
They broke down.
I'm tired. I can't block the ball.
Yeah, but you get paid all these dollars and you ain't doing your job. That don't
That
even make sense.
yeah, that is true. And getting into the fact that um as you say, the offensive line breaking down and everything else, but it's also a thing called containment and integrity. And to me, Baltimore, when they was playing Detroit, wasn't having that gap integrity. And what that means is basically they have to hit the gap at a certain time. And when they didn't hit that gap, they was getting 5 to 8 yards a pop in the running game.
Right.
And that was basically letting Detroit say, "Hey, there's no way on God's green earth should Detroit have ran 96 yards, 98 yards,
Mm-hmm.
touchdown
Well,
drives, running the ball like they did." And a lot of
Yep.
that came from gap integrity, losing
There
their
you go.
assignments and missing their assignments.
Yeah,
Um,
they left the middle open. And the
right,
quarterback on the other team just kept running right up the middle.
but see,
It
that
was
goes,
right.
but
ridiculous.
that goes with, once again, going back to your initial question, that the coordinator, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, both sides of the team, they pick the setup that they want for that particular play. It's up to the line to execute in moving the ball down the field. It's up to the defensive line, to penetrate. And Detroit was penetrating,
Mm-hmm.
which means the guys on the offensive line were not positioning themselves to block or to open up the gaps for the running backs to run. And if the commentator, I'm not going to say it was Brady, but one of the
It
commentators
probably was him.
made a point of Detroit is trying to mirror Baltimore style, just like Baltimore and Pittsburgh have similar styles, offense and defensively. So you're looking now at three teams that almost have the same format of how they want their organization to run. And that's where you're going to see better games, but it comes down to execution and the
That
point.
And the point
that is
spread.
that is true. That is that is that is true too. Now, another one that I want to get on and talk about is the one that a lot of people thought, and I thought it was going to go a whole nother way too, and that is the Rams and the Eagles. I actually, the Rams was, to me, this was a rematch of the divisional round, and but without the snow. And again, the Rams coulda and shoulda won that game.
Sure, sure.
Um, right. And I would basically like to get y'all feedback on what y'all think, because to me, it was one, they was the special teams for Philly was playing, you know, totally different, lights out. But it was, to me, the surprise was the offensive side of the ball. Saquon Barkley really didn't get his thing off, which means Jared Verse and the Rams defense contained him a lot, as well as the passing game. Um, And then also the big controversy that they're having with the referees. I got to give them their props for finally call up offsides or an illegal procedure against Philly doing a tush push, but then let them come back and do it again. So, but that's another conversation. But what will be y'all? What was y'all insight on that game?
Well, once you announce a rematch among the championship teams, you've already got interest. Now, how do the guys get up for this game? Because it's still not a crucial time of the season because you're still trying to establish cohesiveness on the field among your players.
Players, yeah.
So, but you have a competitive team that you know, okay, this is how we're going to step up. So it's almost like both teams had to come and prove themselves. And it turned out to be a good game. The Rams, I think, have with the West Coast, it's always a more open field type of game. We're on the East Coast in Philly. Let's push this ball and we'll throw. We're going to use a little bit more of our weapons as opposed to um, positions of offense. But defensive wise, the strategy is once again setting up on particular plays and watching the players how they react and move on the field. I enjoyed watching that game. I was really surprised that we're going into a phase. They chose that weekend for a lot of blocked field goals and punts, which was kind of rare because most of the time the guys don't put forth the better effort. And this past weekend it was effort, and you saw the results. If you want to block a punt or a field goal, you can get up there and do it, especially with the field goals with the soccer style kickers.
Hello, hello. Hello, you still there?
Podcast live.
It's a fact.
Hello, you there?
We have a signal glitch.
Are you there? Anywhere? Are you there? Hello, hello. I think we lost them.
Somehow it's still moving.
No, that's the gift thing. Oh,
Signal.
Gene jumped in. That's Gene, Future Revenue, live studio. Hey. What do you say? Hey. Anybody there?
I think signal.
Let me send him a text.
Testing one,
Maybe we
two.
had to go back,
Testing,
go out and
one,
come
two.
back in again. Let's see. Hold on.
Maybe timed out. Testing one, two.
Shouldn't have. I finally see that. Oh, come on. That's weird. No, I want to stay in.
Let's go in the dining room.
If you're not speaking.
Hit a mute button.
Gee said, hi, what's happening? He can't hear but can't see. Oh, his mic said 1 second.
You don't want to see.
No, you don't need to see none. It's a podcast. You just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can get back on it. He said he can't hear. Oh, he said my connection in the street now. Oh well. Coffee time.
Well, we gave him what? He got 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, he got 20
Look,
minutes.
I didn't get to go into my ratings. Even though we had that subject.
Yeah, it was getting good. We was giving them a lot. talk about, I guess. Hold on. Why you got your thing down so low? Let's see if we can get back in there again. I'll cut off.
Testing 1, 2.
Hola, hola. You there? I think he got cut off.
Time we have a signal glitch, signal loss. Coffee, coffee break. We're having, what did they say? Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Jason, we talk about the Commanders. Look, that's about all they know. Let's see.
They were going digital.
G laughed.
When they were going digital,
Uh-huh.
and the other stations were having trouble connecting from FM to digital stereo.
Yeah.
And then WTOP would always come in stronger. So they didn't have a problem. And it's just like we got out here, we could get it
Oh, Mike
established.
is gone. He ain't there no more. Hello? No, it still ain't working.
There it is. We're back now. Oh, all righty. We're back now. Um, we're back now. Um, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. Um, we had a little bit of technical difficulty that happened with the internet and everything, but we are on. We're back. Yeah, it was just a little, just a little. But we're back on and still talking week 4 of. We're talking week 3 of the NFL season. I'm waiting for my guests that I had on to come back on. Oh, they're back on. We had a little internet technical difficulty and stuff, but everybody's back on. And I was getting into the Carolina Atlanta game, and I want to get y'all take on that because I felt to me Carolina should have put up points instead of not having the points. What's y'all take on that? And to me, 30-0, that's an embarrassing loss.
I didn't see the game. I can't say much of anything on that one.
Well, on that game, I'm going to go right to the source. Poor organization. The organization of Carolina has gone down after the trade and the dismantling of Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Everything has went south with
You
that
said that right.
organization. Atlanta has always been just a draw. They want to draw the black fans and fans of the South to them. So that's a toss-up. Doesn't really matter because both states are red, and I'm not going in that direction. Who really cares? Let them lose. That way they'll spend more time focusing on Belichick.
Right. Exactly. I think the most interesting one, and I want to see how this one pans out. And now we're going to basically get into the week 4 matchups and everything else. The Giants and them benching Russell Wilson for Jackson Dart. That to me, I knew was going to kind of happen, but I think it's a thing of now Brian Daboll is gasping at straws now. And throwing him in at this time, to me, it wasn't right. They should have let Russell finish this part of the season out. What is y'all take on that and y'all feeling towards that?
I can't
Okay.
answer that one.
Fans of football. Russell Wilson has been put in a position. I'm going to balance this out for those that have been.
He looked good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Following Kyler Murray. When you have trying to think of Baker Mayfield. When you have traditional short quarterbacks, and I have to use the word short, they have to really establish themselves. And some of these guys, they can actually run a team, but you have fans and sometimes players that are in resentment of the guys becoming the face of the team. Wilson is a very good quarterback. He's a smart quarterback. He can read the game, but you have a distraction among owners, among the general manager, among the coach and coaching staff, and even some of the players. So therefore, you have another distraction. The Giants, when everybody and all the NFL teams passed on Shakur, you're not allowing, and I don't want to go into the racial aspect of the game, but when you get to players that you realize these gifted players, as they say, once in a lifetime, that can really mature into that position and quarterback a team, you want to derail that at any cost or any way that you can. There's no need for the Giants and the coaching staff to substitute Wilson during a game that was very, very well orchestrated and they played to their potential with improvements coming along the way. So now you got a quarterback discrepancy there.
Or maybe he's trying to get the other guy some time to
It's
play.
not his time. See, one thing, they're rushing these college quarterbacks into the league, into a game, and these are young kids. They're not young men, but they're kids, 23 and under. You coming out of college, if you have that leadership ability, like Jerry Jones said about that when he came out, he said this young man had natural leadership ability. Then you work to develop that. You have now Wilson. I'm not sure how many years he's been in, 10 years or so. Veteran quarterback. He knows the game. He knows how to move the ball down. Baker Mayfield has went through his little ups and downs. Look what he's doing in Tampa Bay to get those fans to not focus on when Brady was there. So when you have players that come in and can really move your other players, your organization, then you build on that. And it's just sad that some of these quarterbacks are getting a short stint. Just not create controversy among quarterbacks just for the sake of making news, because you're gonna disarray the offensive line, you're gonna disarray the camaraderie that the players have in the locker room, and you don't need that. And if any of y'all out there that are familiar with Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino, watch it.
Oh, Russell had 14 seasons. So
I'm looking at it like this, okay, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of agreement on this. That to me, Russell Wilson's style of play is totally not fitting what the league is doing now. So Russell Wilson is one of them where one he is used to the long ball, that moon ball. Everybody talked about that moon ball so much that that's all he's asking his guys to do. Go deep downfield. You're not giving them crossing patterns. You're not giving them the short yard game. You're not giving them the wide receiver screens to let them get open. Okay. Any quarterback, especially if you look at like a Jaden Daniels, Lamar, all of them, the more you see Jaden doing it, he's throwing his receivers open, and he's making them be their playmakers and actually go down the field and go deep. Um, so the thing is, and like I'm getting in the chat, Baker Mayfield has a lot more support than what the Giants is giving Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson has also have to adjust his style to the game and saying, okay, let me do the checkdowns. Let me do the wide receiver screens. Let me do this. You can't always go for the home run ball. And that's what's going on. Do y'all
well,
agree with that?
if he's good at that, then they have to be available to handle what he can throw. What do you think?
The type of receivers that you have on a team, you have some of these players that are just track stars, so they can only run a certain pattern. If your offensive coordinator is going to review the film during the week, he's supposed to come up with a game plan that will showcase his quarterback, his receivers, the running back, and even take advantage of the offensive line guards or tackles.
Gene go ahead
So
too.
that's the field that they're going to operate on. And going back to an earlier point that my counterpart made with Brady, that's going to be a subject at a later date in whether or not a commentator for a particular team should call a game.
Just like, what was it, Romo? Was
See,
it Romo?
yeah, Roma was the first.
He was giving away stuff
But this has
while
been,
he was talking.
But this has been years in the making. I got a little history on that, but that's a whole nother subject that will take up quite a bit of time on a podcast.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back to the Giants and many other teams right now, you don't need a quarterback controversy. Get your established offensive team together. Get used to playing with each other, because now that you've eliminated and you're in the process of eliminating preseason games, the starters are not going to play. The endorsement of these players say, I don't want my endorsee to be on the field and get hurt because I can't move my product. So you got a lot of avenues there that affects what goes on each week per game. So Mike, and podcasters, just take a bigger view of the game and listen to the commentators on how they are promoting the game. And I think you'll get a better insight on how football is
Good
being played today
lad.
and what we remember and grew up watching. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's a process that's slowly being tainted, even though we don't like to admit that. But talent plays a part,
Yeah.
exposure, season ticket sales,
Yep.
and
Concessions
all of it.
Well,
and all
yeah,
these and all these freaking commercials that everybody is into. That's why they can't play the daggone ball every week.
Their
well,
salary, their salary should never be a part of a discussion among a player and his teammate. That should never have been something to be discussed because you don't even have that on your job
Yeah,
going
it's
out in the
forbidden.
public.
Yeah, it's forbidden to
It's a
talk
law.
about
It's a law
salary.
against
Yeah.
that. So just because a person is making that, ask your coworker, man, how much money you making? Go and see if they'll
See if
tell.
they tell you.
So the football salary, or even in sports, baseball, hockey, now that they're talking about this, should never have been. I'll give a little history and I'm gonna drop it. O.J. Simpson was the best running back in the league up to Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Moving forward, Walter Payton, but OJ was your all-around running back like Jim Brown. For those that do not know, and once he got the commercial for Hertz, they showcased him jumping over the airport,
And
the
the suitcases.
suitcase. But what he did, he paid contributions to his offensive line, took them out to dinner, Christmas gifts, because he
Yeah,
had to hire.
he showered
He
them.
he paid their mortgages.
Yep.
So once he got that, then Ali jumped on and he took it to another level. So we've always been innovators of promoting our ability to market.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's being part of the game, and the guys, that's all they want. So they can't concentrate on just playing football. And I will leave it at that.
well, yeah, a lot of that I agree with, but then also like we got in the chat from Future Revenue, he like he said two things that he hit on that I agree. And that's going back to the Giants is one, the quarterback, he's not calling the plays through the offensive coach needs to address what's going on the field, the protections and everything else, which I agree. Then the other thing that he said, why some players shouldn't chase the money, but chase the opportunity with GJ pieces. My thing on that is this: you're going to get a lot of the teams, especially if you look at it, a lot of these organizations, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get younger, but at the same time, they trying to buy themselves a championship. You look at what's going on in Philly right now, and
Mm.
Philly is so stacked that everybody's favoring Philly to go back. But yet, you got teams that are ahead of the curve that basically saying, "Well, darn, is this team is this the team? Is this team going to do this? Is this team going to do that?" Collins hit it earlier. Is coaching for me with the Giants, and I have to see what they're going to do with Jackson Dart this Sunday. Is are they going to call a much better game than what they did with Russell Wilson? Is Jackson Dart going to hit his checkdowns? Is Jackson Dart going to hit his hot routes when he's supposed to hit his hot routes? Is he going to hand the ball off? Is he going to drop and run? Them things is a lot of things that needs to be looked at when it comes to, you know, being on being a play caller, having protection, and helping your team go to that next level? Or are they just setting him up for failure and saying, "Hey, we're going to do you. We're trying to find a way to put Russell Wilson out the pasture. So this is the
Mm.
way to do it. Now let's bring Jackson Dart in and let's protect Jackson Dart. Let's get Jackson Dart a better game plan than what we got last week."
That new quarterback.
Oh.
But Mike, that's one of the points I was making because you're dealing with today's youth of within 5 years, and all they see is I want the opportunity, like most
Mhm.
people say.
Yeah.
I want to give an opportunity, but they don't care about your veteran or your abilities of the past. They don't. They talking about them now. So if I can get the opportunity to play, then I'm gonna play. But you only usually come in. It used to take a quarterback out of college 5 years before he even got to start because he had to learn the system. Now, if that's been pushed to the pasture, okay. You're moving into the future with these young guys coming out of college. They look good they're younger, they're quicker, they can bounce back. But do they know the game? Russell knows the game, but you have a younger staff of players,
Under him.
coaching staff that are younger. They're not going to give him that
They're not
respect.
going to give him
It's
that.
just like when he was in Denver. And Sean Payton and the organization, they weren't cut out. And I have to say it this way, because research has shown it. They were not prepared for a black quarterback to come in with that status in Denver. They've had black players, they've had good players, but their history, everything is centered around what Elway brought there. If they can't get another Elway out of there, then you bypass your seasons till you come across the next player. Peyton Manning, Brady, Bledsoe, many others have raised the bar in that position, which goes into another discussion at another late date and time among salary positions. So
Yeah.
you have to really look at the whole game, podcasters.
Oh, gamut.
The gamut of the game.
Oh, gamut.
Marketing and marketing cities. Right now, New York is trying to bounce back. Kansas City is trying to stay afloat. Philadelphia has always been because they look at the city of brotherly love, unity. DC, the nation's capital.
What's going to happen with the Commanders?
So all of
We're
this
getting ready. We're getting ready to get into that, and that's what I wanted to get into. And then once we get into that, that's when I want to get into.
So
I don't dance with the man with the skinny legs
and all.
well. Let me get into that, and then after we get into that, we're gonna get into our picks for week 4. So basically, the thing is this, okay? I'm not gonna say the man with the weak legs and skinny legs, all this, because his style of play is the same as Lamar Jackson. They always say one thing that they say about Lamar. Lamar couldn't play the position because of his size when he was at 205. Jaden's at 205. He's playing the position. The difference between him and Jaden is Jaden will sit in the pocket and pick you apart. Lamar won't. Okay. The other thing is this: Jaden is being set up for success, and what I mean by that is that Lamar's not is this. And me and I was hoping that he could have made it on today, but he didn't because he's a huge Ravens fan, my co-host. And he hates when I say this. But if you look at the fact that the Ravens don't have wide receivers, that right there speaks volumes when this man been with this team for 8 years, going on 9 years, and he has not even been on a plane to the Super Bowl except for when they invites him to come and make an appearance. That right there to me is totally asinine. Where you got Jaden Daniels with Terry McLaurin, you got him with Deebo Samuels, you got him with Noah Brown, you got him with Jalen Lane, you got him with Zach Ertz. If you look at his situation and Baltimore situation, you're looking at two totally different quarterbacks that is saying, well, hey, I can basically carry my team here, but I need the weapons. Then you got another one, and hey, I say it all the time. Jaden Daniels did something that a lot of people did not expect, and that was he took a below average Washington team to the NFC Championship game last year. Okay,
yeah. Even though I can't say it, y'all, he did do that. Go right over.
That was by design and by marketing. You got Mike.
No, Collins. You gotta give.
I can't.
I'm going back to the offensive coordinator.
No, he played that game.
You call a particular game. Let me say this: the game is 100 plus years old. There is not a play that you can't call, a defensive play you can't put out there to stop a play. They know this.
Yeah, true.
So therefore, when you see them go up in the booth and these guys are talking and sending out plays, they are to market that player. Daniels was hot. Let's ride with this wave.
Mm-hmm.
The minute he get hurt, just like Griffin, then he's gonna be put out the pasture. Let's
I
fade him
don't.
out.
I
This
don't.
is it's
I
been the
gotta
hit.
agree to disagree, and I
Yeah.
don't agree with. I don't agree with that, and the reason why I don't agree with they're gonna put him out the pasture is this. Okay, I
And
agree
I mean,
with you. I agree with you on the marketing part of it, where it's their marketing. Right now, Jaden Daniels is going to be the Michael Jordan of like Michael Jordan was the NBA. Jaden Daniels is going to be the face of the NFL, and what they're doing is they're progressively showing that they're slowly doing it and slowly putting him in that. If you look at this, so Washington home games, they don't have another 1 o'clock home game until Christmas Day.
Yep.
Until Christmas Day. They got
Yep.
3 1 o'clock road games left, okay? And one is the Atlanta game. If you're marketing that guy to be the guy, that tells a lot. The game that is going to show me what the NFL is really doing is when they play Kansas City. Because now, and already told, and I'm telling the fans this, I'm telling everybody this. Baltimore window has closed. Kansas City window is closing. Kansas City is going to be the new Pittsburgh Steelers. And what I mean by that is Kansas City is going to be that doormat for a team to go to that next level and to go to the Super Bowl and all of that. They're going to be that team that Buffalo is going to look at and wipe their feet on and say, thank you. I'm in the Super Bowl. That's it, because that's how it's going to be, and that's how it's coming around to that. And you can see the first game, the Dublin game, when Minnesota plays Pittsburgh Sunday at 9:30 in the morning, you're going to see that. You're going to say, okay, the thing about Pittsburgh is they're content. They're content real good, but they're content with winning. They're basically saying, "Hey, Mike Tomlin, you're going to get us 20 years of winning seasons. So what? Not when you're one and done." Same in Baltimore. If your top is content with just being mediocre, that's what it is, and that's why they're doing what they're doing for Washington. Put it in New Stadium in Washington. They're marketing Jaden to the point where he is going to take over and become that quarterback of the modern day era. He's probably going to be the first $100+ million a year quarterback.
I do not disagree with you because it's all back to marketing of what I'm stating today. The league has gone worldwide, so you got to have the players in the draw that make people want to get interested in American football. Case in point, last week I watched the soccer game with the females. The Tush Push is a runoff of rugby and World Football League, which is soccer. So the NFL, if you're going to go worldwide, what can we do to draw interest, fan interest, marketing? You go with the elite players, in your case, Daniels at this time, as they went with
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. And
Right.
prior to that, you had Buffalo. So each marketing city has a player of interest that they want to market to draw people's interest into the game. So it is what it is. Our draw, Raiders, is Brady being a part owner. Pete Carroll coming there with a legendary coaching ability, but we don't have the nucleus of players that can really blend together in moving forward. Our window closed when Carr got hurt, and we went down and the team moved to Vegas. So sometimes that window is short. Baltimore is still a draw as far as Lamar is concerned.
Yeah.
But that's because the league looks at who's bringing in the money.
Well, on that, yeah, but you got to look at the three biggest markets and the three biggest media markets in sports and entertainment. It's LA, New York, and Washington. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're riding the backs. New York, and I tell everybody this, the Giants, the Jets, they don't play in New York. They're not a New York team. The true New York team is Buffalo. So
Right.
you got Josh Allen holding the New York market down by himself.
That's
You
on
got
that side of the state. That's
you
on the
got
west side of New York, Mike. See,
that's still, you talk to New Yorkers will tell you Buffalo is the only true New York team because they play in New York. The other ones, they play in Jersey. Jersey can have them. That's how they look at it.
because
Okay.
the
Now,
Manhattan Island doesn't have stadium. They don't have the capacity like DC to house a larger stadium.
well, their new stadium,
Buffalo's always been that team, but they're out of the old AFL, AFC. So you
right?
got to
But Buffalo is building that new state. That new stadium is almost done. In LA, you got Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is holding that LA market down because of the fact that he's been there, done that. He's a veteran. Now we need another media market to be held down. They try to give it to Lamar. He dropped the ball so many times. Now it's Jaden. Put this market on your back and hold this market down. And that's what he's doing.
and that's because the nation's capital has to be represented as the nation's capital.
We ain't doing it now because he injured.
The injury. So
well,
if
the team, the organization
body doesn't hold up, and he's probably in marketing training.
the organization,
making some side cash.
Yeah, he gotta get prepared. Anything else in life, if you jump in there, you got to get yourself prepared. Do your homework.
Just in case you can't make it.
Well, to me, the organization is doing what they're doing to do it. But now we're getting ready to get into the fun part of the show. And that is the week 4 picks. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go team by team. You make your picks. I'm going to write the picks down and see what y'all numbers are at the end. And then next week, we're going to talk week 4 and week 5. We're going to talk week 4 picks, and then we're going to make our picks for week 5.
Oh, Lord.
So the first game.
Let's just do week 4.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
After week 5.
Yeah, hey, you never know, but you still got to make your picks for week 5 next week. So, and then we get into it. Hey, I got to keep my podcasters happy, you know. I got to make sure that they're engaged and they come back next week. So the first game is Minnesota Pittsburgh. Who do you pick and why?
Oh Lord, I gotta get a why.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm saying Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Well, I'm not a Rodgers fan, so Tomlin is my guy as a coach, but I have to say in this case, I think Minnesota has a slight momentum edge. And I have to look to see they're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
No, they're in Dublin. They're playing in Dublin. They're playing overseas.
Oh, yeah, it's an NFL
see,
network.
Once again, marketing.
Network, yeah.
So going back to marketing. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. And I'm not going with Pittsburgh because of Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with Pittsburgh because of the fact I don't trust Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz isn't that guy that you can say, hey, he's going to win it all. He's going to take my Minnesota here and Minnesota there. I don't trust Carson Wentz. I damn sure don't trust Aaron Rodgers. But guess what? Aaron Rodgers is set up in a better situation than what Carson Wentz is. So that's the reason
last week.
So that's the reason. That's the reason why I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Okay.
The next game, Washington and Atlanta.
Wow.
Washington.
You know, I can't vote for the Washington team. I'm sorry.
Upset of the week in her
case. I'm going to Atlanta, even though I think Washington's going to win.
I'm going to tell you this, okay? And I'm going to tell you, B, just like I tell my boy Will, don't pick with your heart. I'm serious. I took Dallas last week, and that tells you something.
What?
Yes, I took Dallas to beat. It's on my paper right here. I took Dallas to beat Chicago last week. It's not with my heart. I'm doing actual picks where, wow, that's why I'm 24-9. So I'm doing the actual picks where I'm not picking with my heart. I'm picking on the fact of who the opponent is. If that opponent can have, if that opponent can match with the team that they're playing. That's how I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I picked
I'll go with Washington then because I think they could beat Atlanta.
Oh, and the thing I forgot, the other thing that I needed from y'all is the scores. So, Belinda, you got Pitt.
You asking for blood.
You got Pitt. And what's your score?
No score predictions from me.
I can't do the prediction, man.
Okay, well, I'm taking Pittsburgh, and I'm taking them 17-10. And I think it's going to be a low scoring game because that's how a lot of Pittsburgh's games been. The next one is Washington and Atlanta. Who do you pick for the
All right,
Washington?
okay, I'm gonna say Washington, and I'll give them 14, and Atlanta maybe 7.
Okay, Collins.
Uh, let's do a 24-13, maybe 24-16. Field goals.
You said 24-13?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with some odd numbers here. But field goal or
It's
2.
gonna be a field goal win.
Okay, and who you going with, Washington or Atlanta?
Oh, I said I'm gonna go with the Commanders. This
Okay.
round.
Oh Lord.
So I'm gonna go with Washington, and I'm going with them. And since the quarterback isn't playing or anything, I trust Marcus Mariota. I trust that running game is going to do what they did. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give it a blowout. I'm gonna say 31-17 Washington.
Ooh, wow, you really got some confidence there.
Yeah, 31-17.
Run all over.
Be a Commander fan.
Well, okay. The next one is Buffalo against New Orleans. Who y'all pick?
I got
And
Buffalo.
score. You got
Buffalo gonna run all over New Orleans. I'm gonna say 40 to. I'll give them 10.
Wow, you being generous.
I know, right?
Right. And Collins, who you got?
Buffalo
And New Orleans.
35-14.
All right, and I'm gonna take Buffalo as well, but I'm not gonna be that generous. I'm gonna say Buffalo is gonna beat them 42-0.
Woo! Good gracious.
The reason why is I don't trust New Orleans offense at all. Their quarterback, they got issues with their quarterback. Spencer Rattler isn't, the person that they thought that they is getting. So yeah, I got Buffalo 42-0.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
that organization is disarray.
Well, it's Keller Moore's first year. He's trying to figure them out, and they're trying to figure him out. So
Thank you. Point made. Point made.
So that's the thing. The next one, Detroit and Cleveland.
And I'm gonna say Detroit.
Okay.
And give them 10. Cleveland might get 3.
Wow, you looking at a low scoring game. Okay. And Collins, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Detroit, and I'm gonna say they're gonna win by at least 3 scores. I'm staying in the 20s, 24 to maybe 10-13. 13. I'm gonna stick with.
Now, I may take a flyer on this, but I doubt it. And the only reason why is Detroit's offense is starting to come around. But I can't trust Joe Flacco. I was going to pick Cleveland. And the reason why is Cleveland's defense is just playing outstanding. They're the number 1 defense in the league. But I just can't trust Joe Flacco. He's going to give away a Christmas present or 2. So, and that's the only reason why I'm not going with Cleveland. I wanted to. I was leaning forward, but I'm like, they're going to give away. He's going to give away the ball at a crucial time. So that way, I'm gonna go with Detroit, but I'm gonna make it close. I'm gonna say 24-21.
Okay.
Good matchup. Okay.
Yeah. The next one, Tennessee and Houston, a battle of 0-3 teams.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, that's gonna be hard.
17-13.
Who you got?
Either one.
Oh my goodness.
You got to pick one.
Yeah, you
gotta
pick
pick one.
Dang.
Well, I'm trying to think of the coach's name.
For who?
Houston. Gosh.
Oh, DeMarco. Um.
I'm going with the coach in Houston.
Is he any good?
Oh, he's a good coach. He's just his
Yeah.
players. They were just on Strauss.
Okay, you going with Houston? What's the score?
Oh,
16-3.
Belinda got 16-3, and you going with Houston?
28 to 16. I don't think they're gonna get
It's
any
not gonna be
higher.
a high scoring game, man.
All right,
Well,
I'm gonna go with Houston because I think it's a bounce back game for CJ Stroud and that whole entire offense. The other thing is Cam Ward hasn't shown me anything yet to say that Cam Ward can go into Houston and beat a Houston team that is grasping for their first win. And with that said, I'm like, it's I'm like Missouri. I'm the show me state. You got to show me that you can walk into Cleveland and beat that team and that defense. So I'm gonna go with Houston, and I'm gonna go 21-20. Houston.
Yeah, Houston gonna win because
Yeah.
they playing there.
Right. The
That's the
next
only
game. The next game is Cleveland and New England.
Cleveland, New England.
oh boy, Flacco, Cleveland. Wait a minute.
Oh no, not Cleveland. I'm sorry. Carolina and New England.
oh boy. Let me go. I'm gonna go with New England because I don't want Belichick in
To
North
win
Carolina to
nothing.
get any
Nothing.
accolades.
We don't want him to win nothing.
But that's a toss up 10-9.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, cool.
Neither one of those teams have much going for them because they're still trying to find themselves as a re-establishing organization. So right now, their identities are kind of where are we going? What are we? So it's a close game, under 13 points or less.
Okay. So you saying 10-9. Belinda, who you got?
Who we talking about? I'm sorry.
New England and Carolina.
Oh, I'm going with Carolina.
Okay. Oh, whoa. We got okay. I like this.
I'm going with Carolina on that one. I'm gonna give them 21, and the other team it's gonna be close. Maybe about 18.
21-18. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think this will probably be the first. I'm gonna ride with Belinda. I'm gonna go with Carolina. I'm going to go with Carolina, and I'm going to go with Carolina because of the fact, one, I think Mike Verbal is overdoing it with his team and his defense, and they're going to be a lapse. And secondly, Bryce Young has to step up, and I think Bryce Young going against Drake May is going to be very interesting. And that is basically one of the other games I'm going to keep my eye on. I got Carolina winning, and I got Carolina winning 24-17.
Oh, okay.
The next one is, and we already know who everybody's gonna pick on this one. The Chargers against the Giants.
Chargers.
The LA Chargers and the New York football Giants.
Well, I guess we had to go with the Giants. I'm gonna give this one maybe about 33. The Chargers, I'll give them 14.
Okay. Wow. That's a good one. Collins.
Chargers 31. Giants 17.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. I'm gonna go with LA. All around better team. All around, they're gonna, do what they have to do. They're gonna go out, they're gonna handle their business. I just want to my worry is the jet lag flying from across the country. So that's my only thing. But I'm gonna give it to them. They're gonna go 4-0. Justin Herbert is a way better quarterback. And I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna say 31-3.
Wow. Okay.
He all right.
Yeah. The next one, and this is a good one. This is
Yeah.
probably the best one out of all Sunday. Philly against Tampa Bay. They
Philly.
playing in Tampa.
Oh, they playing in Tampa.
Hmm.
Philly and Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna go with Philly. I think that's gonna be. It's an anticipated game changer. Might be an upset, but I think Philly is gonna pull this one out. Point wise, like I said in the beginning, I'm not good on points. I'm gonna throw some numbers out there. Let me shoot for 24-21.
Okay. Belinda, who you got?
Give it. Ooh,
You
I'm
say
gonna
you got
say
who?
I'm going with the Philly.
Okay.
Give me I'll give him 30, and the other team will probably be maybe about, let's see, 14, 17.
Okay. Both of y'all pick Philly. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
All right.
I'm going with Tampa Bay, and I'm going with Tampa Bay is not because of Baker and everything else. I'm going with Tampa Bay because of that defense. I think that defense can handle Philly. I think Philly isn't going to get off on a tush push like they think that they're going to do, and I think Tampa is going to. I think Tampa is going to upset them. It's going to be close. I will be lying to you if I say it's not going to be close. It's going to be close. I'm gonna give it 23-20, and I'm gonna give it to Tampa Bay.
Well, they good at that tush push.
Yeah. Well, I
It
know Tampa. I know
don't fail. It
Tampa
don't
just signed that 500-pound dude for the
fail.
middle. So
God knows.
so we'll see. Now the
Yeah,
next game is Indiana is the Colts and the Rams.
Colts and the Rams.
Ooh.
So they
Yep, your
playing.
mom team, the Rams.
Yeah, they playing the Rams. Ah, I don't know about that one.
That's AFC, NFC. Uh, that's another close toss-up game. I'm going to say Indianapolis is kind of on an upswing. Their
Right.
confidence is growing, so I think that's going to be an upset of the week also.
Okay.
And I'm calling this a kickers weekend. So let me shoot for 27 Indianapolis to 24 over the Rams.
Okay. And who you got, Belinda?
I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
Um, Only because
My mom's
they're
team.
playing there, and it's mama team.
Right.
Let's see. 24, and Indiana maybe 19.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with the Rams as well. And I'm going with the Rams for different reasons. Their defense, James versus stuff, is going to prevail. Matthew Stafford, you got to look at Puka Nakua, you got to look at Devontae Adams, you got to look at the weapons that they have. Indianapolis is playing good ball, but Danny Dimes, I don't know which Danny Dimes I'm gonna get. So far, I've been getting a good Danny Dimes, but against the Rams, are we going to keep getting that good Danny Dimes? Or are we going to get the New York Giants Danny Dimes? So that right there is going to show me which one out of all of them that I would say, yeah, I like this one. I might go, but yeah, I'm going with the Rams all the way,
All right.
and I'm gonna go with the Rams. And y'all got it close. I don't. I'm gonna say 34-21 Rams.
All right.
The next one is Jacksonville against the 49ers.
Francisco. And they playing in San Francisco.
Yep.
San Francisco. San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
I'm not a Jacksonville.
Yeah, not a
Their
fan.
organization is not as together as San Francisco. San Francisco is a little bit more organized and had a better all around offensive and defensive setup.
Okay.
But rivalry has always.
Right.
Um, 28 San Francisco, 24 or 21 Jacksonville.
San Francisco 24 to what?
No, 28.
28.
Let me go 28-24 or 28-21. Jacksonville to go score low 20s for Jacksonville.
Okay, and Belinda, who you got?
I'm going San Francisco.
You going San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna go opposite of you. 28 and Jacksonville 10.
28-10. Okay. And I guess I'm gonna have to be the oddball out. I'm going with Jacksonville. I'm I'm going with Jacksonville because I don't know which Brock Purdy San Francisco going to get. Brock Purdy, they put in pressure on Purdy to come back, but they should have kept Matt Jones out there. So to me, I'm gonna give it to Jacksonville, and I'm gonna go 24-21. They're gonna win it by a field goal.
Mm, okay.
Kansas City and Baltimore.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a good game. Ooh. I gotta go. Both of my teams. Oh God.
I'll help you with that. If it's a
I
high
like
scoring
both of those
game, it's gonna
teams.
be
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a good game.
no, it might be tight.
I know
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna be
pick Kansas
close.
City number one. Baltimore is still struggling with.
They gonna be in Kansas City, so that's gonna play a part.
Yeah, but see that's a up that can go either way.
Right.
That
I
game
don't
can
know.
go either way.
They got some good fans.
but Kansas City
They got good fans.
I think Kansas City is a little bit more in tune with their running and passing game, and Mahomes has always shown his ability to move the ball.
Yep.
Lamar will move it, but at a crucial time, an error will come up.
Yeah.
It will
Right.
cost the game. So that's why I'm going to lead with Kansas City. As
Yeah,
far
I'm
as the
going there
score,
too.
let me go. I might go high. 38-35 Kansas City. I'm pushing 40 for Kansas City, but 38-35.
Wow. Belinda, who you got?
I'm going Kansas City.
Okay, KC.
I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna go 42 and Baltimore 35.
Yeah, that is high. So I'm gonna go Kansas City as well, but I'm not gonna go so high. I'm gonna go Kansas City 27-24, and I'm being generous with Baltimore on the 24. The reason why is I don't trust Baltimore's defense. Baltimore defense is dead last in the league in every category there is. Matter of fact, if they could add more categories, Baltimore beat last in all them categories too.
The score gonna be up. That's why the
No,
score is higher.
so, but I think Lamar on that offensive side is going to keep them in the game, but it's not going to be enough. And I'm gonna go 31-24 Kansas City.
Okay.
Now, Green Bay against Dallas.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
Well, no, my fault. Hold on.
You going to the
Chicago and the Raiders.
Am
My
I
fault.
right?
Chicago and the Raiders.
Well, we gotta go Raiders. We're gonna try to do Raiders. Hopefully they'll win. They get
Okay.
so close and then all of a sudden they just poop out. I don't know what gonna happen.
It's hard to predict the score on this one, but
Oh my
I'm
God.
looking for us to win by a field goal, and if not that, by a touchdown. So right now, my brain is telling me 21-17.
Yeah, that's gonna
or
be a
20
good. That's a good score.
or 20-14.
Yeah.
Somewhere
they might get a couple of touchdowns.
yeah, because
in there.
we just can't generate enough offense to really put points on the board. So field
Right.
goal has always been our
Yeah, go to.
thing.
Right.
So
And Belinda, who you got?
I'm going with Vegas. I'm
thank
gonna give them 21. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, jeez.
you. 17-14.
No, yeah, stick with 21. and 13 for Chicago.
Okay. And I'm gonna go with the Raiders as well. And I think Collins must have put on his camera or something and seen what my score is 17-14. I'm going I'm going to Raiders as well. Like I said, I don't know what Chicago team you're gonna get. I don't trust Chicago. I don't trust Caleb Williams. I don't even trust Ben Johnson. So going from there. Green Bay against Dallas.
You know I can't go against my team, even though it's gonna be a rough game to watch. Uh, I'm going with Dallas. Oh, please win high. Give them 35, and Green Bay, I'll give them 17.
Okay. Collins, who you got?
Green
That's
Bay
going to
and
be a
Dallas.
toss up. Close game. 21-17. Oh boy. I got a funny feeling Green Bay. Are they in Green Bay?
No, they in Dallas.
In
They
Dallas.
in Dallas.
That score, I'm gonna stick with the score for either team. So I'm on a 50-50 scale with that. But the score will be 21-17. Either way. So I'm gonna break even.
21. So you going Dallas or you going Green Bay?
I'm
You got to pick.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I'm looking for that to be an upset. And the reason why I'm saying that because the push is for the younger quarterbacks. And Prescott, they're gonna have, they're gonna ride him in like Russell Wilson. They ready for him to move on. So I'm going with Green Bay.
I'm gonna
Enjoy
say this: if it was any other week, I might have went with Dallas. The only reason why I'm not gonna go with Dallas, I'm gonna go with Green Bay is because it's Michael Parsons' return game to Dallas. And the
Yeah.
way that Jerry's been talking greasy about Parsons, I think Parsons is going to take over, and Green Bay's going to win this game, hands down, hands down. It's going to be a shootout, but I think Green Bay is going to win it, and I'm going to give it to Green Bay 38-35.
Yeah, that's coach. That's good.
Yeah, because Michael Parsons home return back to Dallas, he's going to tell Jerry, you should have paid me that money.
But no, he got to come out and shine. He needs to wipe the floor of everybody, and that way Jerry ain't got no choice but to pay.
Yeah, well, that's what.
That's been the whole discussion all week.
Yeah.
Because it's the money. But
All
let's go with the next pick.
So we got two more left. The
Yeah.
Jets and the Dolphins. Who y'all pick?
Ooh.
Oh, the Dolphins ain't doing nothing this year, so I'm going with the Jets. I'm gonna give them 21, and Miami. Let's see. I'll give them 10.
Okay.
It's turmoil in Miami, so let's go Jets.
Okay.
35. Miami, maybe 14.
All right. And I'm going Jets as well. And it's crazy because I wrote down the score before I even said it, and Belinda picked the same score I picked. I'm going with the Jets 21-10. That's crazy. All right. In the last game, Cincinnati, Monday night game, Cincinnati against Denver.
Cincinnati.
Denver.
They're playing in Denver.
I think Denver has an edge. I'm going with Denver. And this might be a high-scoring game for Denver.
It's going to be close.
45-24.
25-24. Okay.
45-24.
45?
Yeah.
45-24. Wow. And Belinda, what's your pick?
I ain't going that high. It's going to be close for me. I'm
always
going with Denver, and I'm going to give them 26. And Cincinnati, I'm going to give them 21.
26-21. I'm going Denver. I'm going to go 23-20.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to read them down, and then we're going to in
You
the
got them
show.
all written down, right? You got them written down, right?
Yeah, I got them written down, and we're gonna end the show on a high note on this. So I got Seattle, Pittsburgh, Washington, Buffalo, Detroit, Houston, Carolina, the Rams, Tampa. I'm sorry, the Chargers, Tampa Bay, the Rams, Jacksonville, Kansas City, the Raiders, Green Bay, Jets, and Denver. Belinda, you got Washington, Buffalo, Detroit, Houston, Carolina, the Giants, Philly, the Rams, San Francisco, Kansas City, Las Vegas, Dallas, Jets, and Denver, and Collins. You got Washington, you got Buffalo, you got Detroit, you got Houston, you got New England, you got LA, you got Philly, you got the Colts, you got the 49ers, you got the Chiefs, you got Las Vegas, you got Green Bay, you got the Jets, and you got Denver. So what
I
we're
got
going to do, so we're going to see,
Mine sound good. All my team's gonna kick.
and we're going to see next week of who picks what and who picks turns out to be the record and everybody records and stuff. I do want to say this. I enjoyed y'all. I'm glad that I had y'all on as guests. Hopefully I'll have my other co-hosts on here next week and probably some more. Future Revenue, who's that's Gene. Gene was on listening. I appreciate him listening, and everybody else that likes to listen to the Regular Guys podcast. I appreciate all of y'all. I'll see y'all next week, same time, 9 a.m. I will send out invites to everybody. Collins and Belinda, I want to thank y'all. Thank y'all
Thank
for
you.
coming
We
on.
enjoyed it. Had fun. We enjoyed it tremendously.
Raider
Yeah.
Nation. You know we
Yeah.
lost.
I like to thank y'all for coming on. Y'all are great guests, and actually, y'all are great additions to the show as co-hosts and everything else too. So, hopefully we can get y'all on here next week. I enjoyed it. I'm sure everybody else enjoyed it. I know my ratings are going to super boost. So I appreciate y'all.
Hey, good luck on the podcast.
All right.
Let's keep it going.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, let's keep it going. All right, see y'all.
Take care. Bye
Yeah.
bye.